What's going on, guys? 86 Reviews here. Hope you're all having a great weekend. We are taking a look today at the Tamashii web exclusive S.H Figuarts Dragon Ball Z Majin Vegeta. And onto the packaging. Alright guys, here it is, and I gotta say, overall, it's a pretty decent figure. There really isn't anything new here, basically being a retool of the Super Saiyan version 2 Vegeta here, with newly sculpted arms and newly sculpted torso. But for the most part, it is the same figure. Not that that's a bad thing. I do like the Super Saiyan 2.0 Vegeta mold. But this will seem a little familiar for those who own that figure or this figure here. So for the new, we get a repaint or a retool for the faces. Obviously, Majin Vegeta having the Majin mark on his forehead, and it's printed there quite nicely on all interchangeable faces. You can see Vegeta has the dark outlines around his eyes, which is, how he's depicted in this state. The hair is the same as the other two Vegetas. You can see here. Let's grab the other Vegeta. They are the same mold, same sculpt, just different color. One with more shading on the front than the other, which isn't a bad thing, and it does look good. But I was half expecting a new sculpt, something with more strands of hair, something that would look a little more like his Super Saiyan 2 form, but alas, Figuarts is yet to give us anything that separates Super Saiyan 1 and Super Saiyan 2. Oh well. The sculpt on this figure is great, and it's one of the things I actually like about this figure. Like I said before, the crotch and the legs are pretty much the same as the other Super Saiyan Vegeta. But the torso, the chest, the abdomen, and the arms are newly sculpted and done really nicely. I love the stretches and the muscles here that you can see on his tank top. The veins on his arms are also really nicely sculpted. The thing that lets this figure down for me though is not the lack of paint or shading. You do get some shading around the hair and in the thighs here, in the inner thighs there. But and I think I've come to accept the figures, stop giving us shading. I mean, decent shading like we got with Awakening Goku, not just a few patches here and there. But the thing I don't get is why they didn't use the same color blue plastic for the legs and torso. You might not be able to see this through the camera, but when you actually have the figure in hand, it's a lot more noticeable. The legs, the actual legs, the abdomen and the shoulder butterfly joints are the same blue plastic, but the crotch and the chest piece here are different. It's almost a shinier plastic. I don't know, did they run out of one kind of blue plastic mid-production and kind of switch over to a different blue plastic? I don't know, guys. It's noticeable. And I guess the other thing that kind of I have an issue with is the sloppy paint here on the top of the chest, right there. It is blue plastic, so they did have to paint over it, which makes it a little bit darker than the rest of the skin here, which is molded plastic. But other than, I guess, those two issues, yeah, you got a pretty decent Majin Vegeta. So like the previous two releases, Articulation is great. Good range of motion in most areas, especially the torso. I had a lot of fun posing this guy. But the limited ankle tilt, the overall movement in the ankles, overall, really kind of lets this figure down. I mean, come on, Figuarts, you guys got to figure out a better way to give your Dragon Ball figures better feet articulation. Alright guys, so for accessories we get 3 sets of interchangeable hands. We get his fisted hands, his right hand here, right fisted hand here, his other on his left arm already attached. We get his 2 open palm fingers together blast hands. We get his 2 fighting pose hands, and again all of these hands we've seen before with the other Vegetas, nothing new here. The only new addition is this hand here for this particular pose, but we do get quite a few faces, and yeah, I like most of them actually, especially this smirking face right here. Very nice smirking face right there. We get stern face looking to the front. Stern face looking slightly to the right, with a vein popping out there. Kind of an evil laugh with 2 veins on his forehead. Really nicely done there. And the last face is a gritting teeth with more veins on his head, forehead as well. So like I said in the beginning guys, it's a decent figure, nothing special, with 1 or 2 flaws. But would I recommend it? I think with Tamashii web exclusives, this falls into one of the categories, or the category of you probably don't need it for the main collection, and you probably won't regret it if you didn't pick it up. The other category being you definitely should have picked it up, and you definitely will regret it that you didn't pick it up, like Goku Black. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you love the Buu saga and you need yourself a Majin Vegeta, by all means, this is a pretty decent figure. But we already have 2 pretty nice regular release Vegetas already, so you're not, if you're a casual collector, you might want to pass on it. So for those who are wondering, yes, you can swap heads with all the newer Vegetas, all the 2.0 Vegetas. I don't have the original release Vegeta, but all the 2.0 body heads are interchangeable. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe and hit that bell button as well, so you get all notifications straight to your device for all my upcoming videos. Anyway, I hope you enjoy your Sunday, and I will see you guys real soon. Take it easy. Bye.